and took whatever they felt they needed to justify killing him. I got to go in and I found a shirt that he had bought the night before, still had the tag on it, still had the receipt in the bag, and here's what it says.
That's right. That's right. Never accept defeat. So see,
And I have hung on to this shirt. You see, I haven't even taken the tag off of it. Not that it would fit me, so I was a little bit bigger than he is. But I have hung on to this, and this was his way of telling me, go,
yeah,
do it.
yeah, yeah.
You're going up against a giant, but
Yep.
don't give up.
Yep. I definitely
You
feel like he's
fight.
on. Yeah.
So yeah, you can even see I couldn't even take the tags off of it. Still got the receipt that shows December 14th at approximately 6 p.m. on Saturday night before. Yeah. And they managed to leave it behind for me to find. So yeah. But yeah, did you want to start with some questions,
Yeah, yeah.
or
I just want to
I know
introduce
that
everybody.
Meg had a structure, so
Yeah, yeah. I just want to let everyone know. I'm sorry, everyone. Welcome to the Leon Blog. It's your guy, Jontel. I know we did a little impromptu start to the show here, but we were just in the midst of a really great conversation. I kind of just wanted to start. Meg will be joining us momentarily. We are joined by Kimberly, who is well, I guess I can let you explain that, Kimberly, really
sure.
quick. Tell
It
us why
is a
you.
little complicated, you know.
Yes.
Um, uh, I am the former wife of Muhammad Isafan. I'm also the mother of his only child and my only child too. I do have two other babies in heaven. So this little gem that Muhammad left behind is all that I have. And I talk about her like baby girl and little one and little gem, but she was 17 when this happened to her father, and she just recently turned 20. So, but you know, moms out there, they're always your baby.
That's right.
Um, the reason I say that it's complicated is because I am the ex-wife of Muhammad, and rather sadly, uh, he was trying to put our family back together. And the last night that we saw him alive, he had re-proposed to me and given me a ring.
Oh,
Um, and nobody, including the Akron police, want to believe that. They think I'm just making it up for convenience purposes, I guess. But you can call me a liar all you want. You call my kid a liar, and we've got issues. So, um, so I'm kind of the unofficial fiance, ex-wife, former wife, but none of that really matters.
right.
It's about my daughter that I share with Muhammad, absolutely. And I'm only in this to speak for Muhammad because I know he would do the same for me. So,
So we were right before we started the show, we were talking about how uh Muhammad actually just kind of sends you subtle signs that he's here, and that he wants you to keep fighting for his life and the lives of others that have been lost due to police brutality. Meg, thank you for joining us. Welcome to the show, Meg, our beloved co-host.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, I was having network difficulties, but I think we're good now.
Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. Again, Kim, thank you for joining us on the show. It's a pleasure to have you for being able to share your story with us. We just wrapped up a show with the rest of our colleagues for Free Agents for Justice, the State of America podcast, where you got to talk. So we don't want to take too much of your time up. I know it's been a long day and night for you. However, we want to kind of just like wanted to dive in deeper a little bit and provide deeper context. People can see your face and everything. So Meg, do you have any questions for Kim at all?
Yes, I actually do. So, I got to speak to Kim earlier regarding Mohammed, and I just wanted to point out that there is several. like inconsistencies with what the police department is saying and what they did. I would love to show some of the footage to our viewers just to get their input, as far as like the body cam. And it just didn't make sense to me that he was shot like walking to get a gas can, like for his car had run out of gas. And like these are the stories that, you know, we have to highlight, that are, you know, so meaningful, and these people are directly impacted and they're having to go to court and talk about like their health issues, you know, like this has got to stop. You know, this is what we're talking about.
So Meg, really quick rundown before Kim starts. Just rundown cliff notes for viewers as to what happened, what this case is, where it took place.
Yes. So, Muhammad, it was, you said December 15th, correct, Kim? 2019?
Yes, December 15th, 2019. If you watch my live from yesterday, I mistakenly said December 25th. But yes, it was December 15th,
Okay.
2019,
And
on Britton Road in Akron.
And he was 3 houses away from his home.
Correct.
His car had ran out of gas, and so he was walking to obtain a gas can from inside of his home. That's whenever, I guess, a passerby or something had called the police. They stated that there was the car was just parked on the side of the road, and he was walking. And so, I mean, this is not illegal. He's doing something that we as citizens, you know, have the right to do every single day, walk down the side of the road. And unfortunately, the police pulled up. They're stating that because they were special investigators, like detectives, they weren't required to wear body cam, but they had the body cam on. No, I'm sorry. That the body cam footage came from another officer once they arrived on scene, correct?
They did. The 2 officers actually weren't even detectives. I like to call them like a Paul Blart that day, because basically they were called special duty officers, and their special duty that day was to monitor a senior citizens high-rise building on a Sunday morning at 8:30, 9 a.m.
And what are these officers' names, just so we can put it out there, like for our viewers to let them know?
I've gotten in trouble for mentioning their names before, but bravely, the first.
If you want to, you can message it to me just to protect yourself.
No.
Are you sure?
Their names are a matter of public record. They need to stop threatening me for using their names.
Right. Yeah,
100%.
So I'm tired of living, you know, under this shadow. It's time to bust them out. So the first one, his name is Matthew Akers. Last name is spelled A, K as in Kimberly, E, R as in Robert, S. Akers, Akers. The other one is Jamie, and it's a male, Jamie. Last name is Ray, and it's spelled R-E-A.
Okay, gotcha. And so these 2 officers pulled up on Muhammad now granted, he had been going to the gun range, so he was dressed in full camo, but it wasn't just regular camo. It was camo that was like the color I said in the podcast earlier, like Prince purple. And within seconds again of them pulling up, they shoot and kill him. I mean, this was within a minute that this took place.
Yes.
And
you know, let me back you up too. The special duty officers that were only supposed to be monitoring a senior citizens high-rise building, because they're considered special duty, that's why they didn't have their dash cams or body cams running, because in Akron right now, if you're a special duty Paul Blart, you don't have to have your body cams running, even though you have the capability of killing someone, because obviously they were still armed. So yeah, the body cams did not get turned on until after the other officers came to respond to the scene. I'm sorry, this phone. There we go. That's when the body cams came on. Akers and Ray's body cams never came on. It was the officers who came afterwards. Their body cams came on long enough for me to see Muhammad being harassed post-mortem to
Right.
make a long story short.
And dehumanize, like above all things. Like whenever I seen the footage from, them just leaving his pants down, like he was like, they treated him as if he was an animal. And I don't care what you do in life, like you do not deserve to be treated like that. And that's not okay.
And he didn't do anything to deserve to die, much less be treated like that.
Right, 100%.
Yeah. Oh. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. This is like I mentioned to you before, like connection is key. We don't want to overwhelm anyone, but sometimes it is humanity, and seeing the humanity in others is what breeds that compassion. So it's just riding that fine line. Like we don't want to trigger you or have you go too deep into things, but sometimes the benefit of people seeing you hurt or you grieving and what you're going through is for the purpose of preventing someone else from going through what you're going through, what you're dealing with. People learning from your experience. And again, we thank you for coming on and just sharing with us your experience. I know, Megan, I know that it's not easy.
Right, 100%. And just
but it's important.
It's very important to turn that pain into power. And so this is, this is for him, and this is for his legacy, for his memory, and for your daughter, that her daughter, her father was not a killer. He did not commit any heinous crimes that, he deserved a life sentence. And, this is definitely, it has to stop. Akron has got to stop killing people. And we have to find out more about Tango 22, what they're about, and how to get them stopped, because this is not okay.
Yeah, so first of all, Tango 22 all over Ohio. I don't know how many cases since Jalen Walker alone I have heard about, from Columbus to Cleveland to Akron to Lima. It's all over. It's not just one city. It's not just one town. It is all over Ohio. Something has got to change. We need to sound the alarms on Ohio in general. I can't even count at this point how many people have come to me about different situations.
A storm is brewing.
Yes. Oh yeah, without a doubt.
A storm is brewing. And what's so bad and sad to say is that Ohio has a third party investigation, special investigations for the state. I feel like that is not being done. They're not, they're not doing anything because these people are being excessively overkilled. 15 shots to one person's body, that is ridiculous. For, Jalen Walker, 40 some shots. I'm sure there's others, like Donovan Lewis. Like, this has just been within the past 3 years, time span. Like, when is enough going to be enough? And these lives, like, they deserve to have, a voice to them.
Definitely. So I definitely appreciate all of you. You've all kind of taken Muhammad's case and my daughter and I under your wing, and especially the past couple of days, it's just been phenomenal. It's been like a big, huge bang. I've constantly been on the phone and, in chats and in videos, and, as surprised as most people are to hear, today is the first day, 1,008 days after they took him, that I've been in a podcast. And that is not from my own choice. Today is the first day that I have been offered the opportunity to speak in any kind of podcast anywhere today.
Well, you are so fearless, and we are so proud of you, and we are welcome. We support you in any way, shape, or form that we can. You have done a great job telling Muhammad's story. He was not a monster. He did not deserve to die the way that he died.
he
And you
didn't.
know what? You're welcome to come on our show anytime and speak if you have new information you want to share. If you want to reach out to people or get connected with people, you always have family here and comrades to reach out to, and a conduit to a greater network of people such as yourself. We know other families. I'm sure that Meg has told you in the group chats and stuff that we're trying to connect. So you have a bigger, broader network of people at your disposal. And the Leon Block here, the Leon Block Independent Media is a conduit. We are the epitome of media. Media is us. It's up to us to inform the masses of the things that we all are going through that we don't talk about enough with one another. So again, we can't thank you enough for coming on the show. Is there anything specific that you want to talk about? Anything else that you want to run down before we kind of wrap it up for you?
Actually, no, just to save time. I did do a live video on my Facebook page. For me and Meg graciously actually got through the entire thing. It is long and very detailed and very intensive. But I just felt the need to put everything out there from the beginning, from the time that they took his life until now. Plus, it's getting harder as the case goes on, and the more I find out and the more time that's added, I've found myself having to tell the story over and over and over. And I don't mind doing it because I'll do this till the end of time for my daughter and for Muhammad. But some days it's rough, especially when you tell it, you relive it. You go right back to that day when the cops come to your house and tell you he is deceased. I mean, so I made this video, and yeah, I see it in the screen there. That's it. That's
That's the
me.
one? Okay. That's what I was gonna
Yeah,
ask. I wanted to make sure if this was the one. So
it's
we're not gonna air the whole thing, obviously, but I want
no.
to know where to find it, where to look at it and check it out
Yeah,
on your page and everything. Yeah.
right. But it is the comprehensive authority on everything that has happened to me and my daughter as a result of my fight. Um, all the extra other things, all the discrepancies that I've been able to find so far. Um, Unfortunately, all the ways that we've been ignored by absolutely every possible press and media outlet. Um, but that, is going to save us all some time because then you can watch that in your leisure.
Right.
It's got everything on there. And then, I welcome questions. I welcome people who want to see the video and give me their honest opinion. So far, the opinion has only been one way.
And
My Muhammad did not deserve to die, period. So, yeah, a lot of people will watch that video and have told me, I mean, the outpouring that I have gotten since that video, I have people that have known about the case since the inception and watched that video and they're like, I never knew that happened to you, or I never knew that part of it. It is so multi-layered and so much has happened. It's impossible to squeeze it into, 10 minutes. So that's one of the reasons why I did that. So that way, knowing coming on some shows and getting the opportunity now that I haven't had for 2.5 years, that's an easy place to refer people to. It is the better part of an hour, so you can watch it in chunks.
right.
But that's mainly why I did that, so that way we could save time. On lives, because there's just way, once you watch it and you hear everything, you'll understand there's no way this lady could have squeezed this into a 10-minute segment, or so there's definitely a lot of material there and it's ongoing. So, but that was easier for me. It's been a tough road, and I try to do steps to make my life a little bit easier. And so that was one thing that made it a little easier for me, not having to tell the story so much.
Yes, and because it can be so Yes, I'm sorry, I muted myself by accident. What people don't understand in general, as well, is that whenever you have to retell the story, it's so triggering, not only to these families that are directly impacted, but she has a child. And so, and they have a child that they shared together. And so, like, I wish the mainstream media would think about that prior to painting these pictures of these individuals, prior, to publishing it. He wasn't a terrorist. He wasn't, a bad person. He didn't deserve a death sentence by a white man. Like, this is where the problem lies, and this is where America needs to wake up, be observant, and pay attention to your neighbors.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there was times where Muhammad and I wanted to choke the living crap out of each other. What, husband and wife, or ex-husband and ex-wife, we had our disagreements. But my word, would I ever want him to die? No.
Oh.
No. And am I going to be able to sit back and live with myself for just letting them brush this under the rug like they wanted me to do? No. No. And I have to look into my daughter's eyes and see, that's the thing, is that my daughter didn't get the news right away. She was still sleeping while I had detective and all this in the living room. She came out in the middle of it all. So, and I decided that I was going to keep my composure. And if you get to hear my interview where they came and notified us, once they told me he was definitely gone, it was silence. I didn't say a word. I wanted to flip out, of course, but I knew that it wasn't about me, and that I had my baby girl in the other room that I was going to have to be strong for. So I didn't drop a tear. I didn't flip out on this lady, nothing. And I let my daughter come out, and I wanted to see what she felt, because I know what I felt. I know my Muhammad better than anybody. He was with me longer than he was with his parents overseas. I know my Muhammad. And I thought, no, I'm going to wait. My daughter is very intuitive, and she is her father's daughter all the way. Uber intelligent. I mean, sick intelligent sometimes.
Nice.
And as soon as they left, she says, Mom, something ain't right here. Mm-hmm. This doesn't feel right, Mom. I said, do you want to do something about it? Because Mom is just the woman to do it. You will not do this. Mom will do it for you. You should not have to do this. Mom is willing and capable. But I'll make you a promise. If we start, we're going to finish. We're not going to give up. Your mom's not going to give up. And I never have. 1,008 days, all being ignored, no media, no press, still fighting. And there's no choice. Even if I didn't have her, I in my fiber as a being, I wouldn't be able to just sit back and just let them have this. Me as a person myself, I just, no, you're not going to do this to me and mine. Mm-mm. So there was really no question for me. I knew what I was going to do anyway. But when baby girl came to me and kind of backed me up on those feelings, mm-hmm. and I said, Mama will do this. All I need is you. And she said, yeah, I hate it. But yeah, go, Mom. Go. And that's what I've done.
Y'all aren't alone in this, just so you know. There are many others that feel exactly what you're feeling. So just please keep that in mind. For ways that people can connect with you, if there's anyone out there watching that may have any further information, if there's anyone out there watching that wants to connect with Kimberly and provide
or watch the video too.
Or watch the video that, yes.
I'm a dinosaur. And I'm not very tech savvy. So really the only way to get me is on Facebook. But I have the different spelling of my name. So it's Kimberly with an Lee at the end. and then Vaughn, V as in Victor, Aughn. Right now, I've got a picture of me in the 80s. Yep, there you go. That's me right there with the Justice for Muhammad on a trash dumpster in Akron. That's about the notoriety that I get. So there you have it. Please feel free to connect with me on there. You can either message me or friend me. I also have a private group on there. It's called Purple Rain, J4M, for Justice for Muhammad. So you can be added there if you want to stay up to date with us. And don't believe what you read in the press. If you read the press right now, all the articles you're going to read, and you're going to think, this white lady in Ohio is crazy. This guy was a terrorist. Just remember that that is not anything from us. That's all police-based, just to try and cushion them.
As we stated before, the mainstream media works in cooperation with the police to paint pictures of people that they have killed and executed as criminals. And we know that Muhammad was not a criminal. He was dragged to go to the gun range as any other law-abiding citizen is doing for recreational purposes or gaming purposes or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not the police's business. Anyone can find Kimberly on the Facebook page. If you have any kind of information you'd like to provide or reach out to provide some kind of camaraderie, if you yourself have been affected by police brutality or executions or anything of the matter, and you'd like to reach out and provide some further community, definitely reach out to Kimberly as well. Tammy, you are so right. The media is owned by the ruling class. So they paint the narrative and they do everything that they can to paint us poor people, disenfranchised people as criminals or whatever they can do to keep these classes separated. Kimberly, I want to thank you again for joining us tonight and, taking the time, the emotional space to be here. It is a pleasure. And hopefully we can have you on again at some point to talk more. We will be following the case and situation closely, and Meg and I will be re-airing that live to provide commentary for viewers to watch along with some pictures. So do not worry. We're going to follow this case some more and keep close tabs on it. Thank you so much for joining the show. Is there anything you would like to say really quick before we hop off?
Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. Please feel free to have me back whenever. I answer any and all questions, whether bad, good, supportive, or not. That's what I'm here for. Thank you so much, and I look forward to speaking with everybody again soon. Also, if you do reach out to me and you're a Stolen Lives family, I do offer support back. So yeah, that's a thing too. I'm not just going to take your support and check you later. So I do offer support back. So thank you everybody so much, and Justice for Muhammad.
That's right. Justice for Muhammad. Thank you so much. All right, everyone. Make sure you go ahead and meditate on your path, celebrate your being, liberate your spirit, and educate yourself. I'm Jontel. Make sure you have a good one.
Spirit, I am light. Followed by many, I follow none. I lead none, I walk together as one. One body, one life. One now, one life. One being, one soul. One eye, one whole. I am spirit, I am life.